Alright, solenoids. The solenoid is a control device, electromagnetic with cover convert electrical energy into mechanical motion. Movement of the solenoid may be either the clove of the electrical contacts cover the movement of the mechanical device both at the same time. Figure 317 shows the cutaway view of the showing the solenoid action. Solenoid's electromagnetic form of the conductor winding a series of loops of the shape of the spiral inserted within the coil of soft iron core movable plunger. The soft iron core is pinned and held in an immovable position. The movable plunger of the soft iron is held from the core of the spring when the solenoid is de-energized. When the current flows through the conductor produces the magnetic field, the magnetic flux produced by the coil results in the establishing north and south pole, both of the contact and plunger. Plunger attracted along with the lines of the force of the position of the center coil, as shown in figure 317 with the de-energized position. The plunger is partially out of the coil due to the action of the ring when the voltage is applied with the current through the coil to produce the magnetic field. The magnetic field draw over the plunger with the coil with the resulting mechanical motion. When the coil is de-energized, the plunger returns to the normal position because of the spring action. Effective strength of the magnetic field of the plunger varies according to the distance between the plunger and core. The short distance strength of the field strength of the distance increase the short of the field drops out quite rapidly. Show the pin, the core, the spring, plunger and spring coil de-energized, energized the north and south pole. Well, the solenoid is a control device. The solenoid is itself will energize some of the other control devices, such as switch and relay. Other distinct advantages of the use of the solenoid of the mechanical movement is accomplished considerable distance of the control device. Only length necessary between the control device solenoid and the electrical wiring for the current coil. The solenoid can have large contact with the control high current. Therefore, the solenoid provides the movement means of the controlling high current with a low current switch. For example, the ignition switch on the automotive will control the large current of the starter motor by use of the solenoid. For figure 318, show the cutaway view of the starter motor solenoid combination section with the wiring of the solenoid. Notice the solenoid provides electrical contact with the current starter motor as well as the mechanical movement of the shift lever. Alright, show the solenoid heavy duty contacts, battery connection on plunger, solenoid return spring shifter, and also the solenoid pull and winding starter motor. Maintenance of solenoids. If you suspect that a solenoid is not working properly, first step of the troubleshooting the good visual inspection with the check for the condition for the poor soldering, loose connection, broken wire. If the plunger should be checked for the cleanliness, banding with the mechanical failure and proper alignment. Mechanism of the solenoid is connected with the actuator should always be checked with the proper operation. Second step to check for the energizing voltage of the voltmeter. Check for the if the voltage is too low, the result of the less current with flowing through the coil. Weak magnetic field. Weak magnetic field can result with a slow, poor operation. Low voltage can cause the result of the chatter and no operation at all. If energizing voltage is high, it could damage the solenoid, cause the thing overheating with the arcing. In either case, the voltage may be reset with the proper volt value, with the further damage and failure with the solenoid will not result. The solenoid coil should not be checked with should then be checked for the open short with the proper resistance for the ammeter. If the solenoid coil is open, the current cannot flow through through a magnetic field. It's lost short result. Hey,
what you up to?
Reading. Short result in a few turns, higher current coil. The net result with the short magnetic field. Higher resistance will reduce the coil current as a result of the weak magnetic field. The weak magnetic field will cause less attraction between the plunger of the core of the coil. The result of the improper operation of the cylinder with the cause of low voltage coil, the open short of the head chamber with the resistance coil should be replaced. Finally, you should check the solenoid to determine the coil of the short of the ground. If the short ground is found with the short should be removed and restore the solenoid proper operation. Alright, relay. The relay device is acted upon with some of the fundamental principles of the solenoid. The difference between the relay and solenoid, the relay does not have a movable core plunger, while the solenoid does. The multiple pole relay uses several circuits to control at once. Relays are electrically operated control switches that are classified according with the use of the power lead relay and control relays. Power relays are also called contactors. Control relays are usually known as simple relays. The function of the contactor is usually a relatively small amount of electrical power to control the switching with a large amount of power. The contactor permits the control power for the other locations, including the heavy power cable, to need to run only through the power relay contacts. Other light control switches are connected with the control switch to relay control. Coil switch is an important reason for the use of the power relay. High power current circuit can be switched remotely without danger of the operator. Control relays are namely implied with the frequent use of the control lower power circuits and other relays. They are also many other use. The automatic relay circuits are small electrical signals may set off the chain reaction successful action relay which performs various functions. Alright, general relay consists of the magnetic core associated with the coil's contact springs, armature of the mounting. Figure 319 illustrates the construction of the relay of the coil. The energize of the flow of the current through the coil creates a strong magnetic field which pulls the armature downward to contact 1 and completing the circuit with the terminal contact 1. At the same time, the circuit to contactor 2 is open. Or it shows your figure 319 shows the relay construction contactor 1, contactor 2, the pivot, and the armature of the relay on the coiled terminals. A relay may have different type of the contact relay shown in figure 319 contacts known the break make of the they may cause the break of the one circuit main of the relay with an energy of figure 320 5 different combinations of relay contacts names given in each. Alright, number form A is a make, number form B is a break. Notice that one's down, one's up, make or break, or break make. Okay, and then form make before break and break make before break. Single relay can have several different types of the contact combination. Figure 321 contact arrangement. Single relay with the 4 different contact combination letters next to the contacts form shown in figure 320. 321 shows the relay contact arrangement. So the make springs, break springs, armature springs. D, A, C, and B. Spring buffers, armature bushings, armature heel piece. One type of the relay of the multiple set of the steel contacts or clapper relay shown in figure 322 as the circuit energy of the clappers pull the magnetic coil with the physical movement of the armature of the clapper force the push rod movable contacts upward. Any number of the sheath of the contacts may be built onto the relay. Thus, it is possible to control many different circuits at the same time. Time of the relay can be source of the trouble motion, where the motion of the clapper armature does not necessarily assure the movement of the movable contacts. Refer to figure 322 if the push rod were broken, the clapper armatures might push the lower movable contact upward, not up and an upward movable contact. Figure 322 shows the clapper, coil, heel piece, armature, movable contact, movable, non-movable contacts, and push rod. Some of the equipment requires warm-up period between application of the power. Some other applications, for example, the vacuum cleaners covered later in this training series, require a delay between the application filament and power high voltage. A time delay will provide required delay. A thermal time delay relay figure 322 constructed to produce the delay action when energized by the operation depends on thermal action by metallic element similar to either the thermal circuit breaker. A heater is mounted around the near element. The movable contact is mounted with the element itself. The heat is caused by the element to bend because of the different thermal expansion rate if the contact closes. So this is the thermal time delay relay. Relays describing the method of packing with an open semi-sealed seal. The figure 322 several different relays illustrate the 3 types of packing. Figure 324 shows E, G, and H are open relays. The mechanical motion of the contacts are within relays easily available. Mine is 324 A, B, and C are semi-seed relays. They provide the protection, dust, moisture, or other foreign material can be removed from the maintenance. So A, B, and C would be your semi-seed relays, and then E and G, E through H would be your open relays. The clear plastic glass cover that provide with the means of observing the operation without the removal of the cover. The figure 324 D and F are example of the hermetically sealed relay. The relays that are protected with the temperature, humidity change, as well as dust and foreign material. Since the other covers cannot be removed, the relays are considered to be tamper-proof. With metal and other opaque cover the operation of the relay of the felt placing with the finger covering over the activation of the relay. Alright, maintenance of relay. The relay is the one most dependable electromagnetic device. Like any other mechanical electrical device, relays occasionally wear out and become inoperative. Should inspection determine the relay as defective, the relay should be removed immediately, replaced with another same type of the. You should be obtaining the same type of replacement. Repair relays are related to the voltage ammeter, the type of the circuit, the number of the contacts, similar characteristics. Relay coils may be used and consist of a single coil with a relay with the failure to operate. The coil should be untapped to the open circuit with a short circuit, the short ground, open coil with a common coil with the relay failure. During preventive maintenance, you should check the charred, burn insulation relay with the debarked and charred terminal leads, both indicating overheating likelihood, relay breakdown, one possible cause of overheating the power terminal connection with the not too tight would allow arcing with the connection. Then build up the film contacting surface of the relay is another cause of the relay trouble, although they will form the contact acting out in the atmosphere and other gases. Grease and film is responsible for a lot of contact trouble. The contacts build up and cover the burnable grease film or other substance during arcing can be troublesome. Carbon form rings can contact surfaces as the carbon ring builds up. The relay contacts are held open. When current flows in one direction through the relay, the problem called a problem called cone and crater may be created at the contacts. Craters form with the transfer of metal of the one contact to the other, depositing being shaped in the cone. The conditions shown in Figure 325A. Some relays are equipped with ball-shaped contactors. The main application, the type of the contactor considered superior flat surface. Figure 325B shows the set of ball-shaped contactors. Just other substances readily deposit the ball-shaped surfaces. In addition, ball-shaped contactors penetrate the film more easily with a flat contactor, which, when you clean and surface a ball-shaped relay contactor, should be able to carefully avoid flattening otherwise altering around surfaces with the contact. You could damage a relay if you use sandpaper and cloth to clean the contacts. Only a burnishing tool shown in Figure 326 should be used for this purpose. You should not touch the surface of the burnishing tool as you are used to clean the relay contacts. After burnishing tool is used, you should be cleaned with alcohol. Contact clearance gap settings may be maintained in accordance with the operational specification of the relay. When the relay contacts used should be the point bender shown in Figure 327. The trait contacts used any other tool could cause further damage. The entire relay have to be replaced. So is the point bender. Cleanliness prevent emphasized removal and replacement of the semi-sealed relays. The entry of the dust other foreign materials can cause poor contact connection. The relay is installed with the position with the possibility to contact explosive fumes. Extreme care should be taken over the cover of the gasket. A damaged incorrect setting of the gasket increases the possibility of igniting the vapors. Alright, now we're on to the summary.